Hello, hello. Welcome. Quick introduction to myself. My name is Shannon Hansen. I am a certified holistic wellness practitioner, also certified as a functional nutrition practitioner, life coach, and many other things. I am the owner and founder of the Hansen Method for a Thriving Thyroid. I run the Thriving Thyroid podcast and obviously this Facebook group and everything else in between, along with my amazing team of women. And I am just so grateful to have this opportunity to talk to you guys about. And this is something that has been coming up over and over again inside of our group of women that we work with inside the Hansen Method, our clients. And that is, we're in summertime. And there are certain people who are feeling in a beautiful state where they're very happy, they're very optimistic, or they're on the flip side and they're in an ugly, suffering state when it comes to their health. They're feeling puffy, inflamed, they're taking vacations, and they're coming home from the vacations and they're tired and they're worn out, and all of these old symptoms that they weren't having have come back. And so I wanted to kind of share with you guys some coaching that we're doing around this with our clients, and really helping people to get into a beautiful state. And so I'm going to read you a couple things. So there are two states of being where you live, like in which you live in, right? Either you're in a beautiful state or you're in a suffering state. You're always experiencing one of these two. You're not experiencing both at the same time. You can't. Okay? You can never be in an ugly state at the exact same time as you are in a beautiful state regarding a situation, right? Like right now, I am in a beautiful state. I'm super happy and just grateful to have this opportunity to jump on live and to do this training with you guys. But, you know, who knows? Later this week, I could get in a car accident or something, and then I'm going to be in a suffering state because I'm going to be upset that my car is wrecked, right? So even though I'm happy about this training, I'm going to be upset. I keep wanting to say pissed. I would be really upset about my car, right? And I would kind of be in a grumpy state, and it would affect other areas of my life, right? Okay. So there is no judgment on whether you are in a beautiful state or a suffering state. However, know that you cannot create powerful experiences from a suffering state. Our creativity goes down, our intuition, our excitement, it won't exist, right? So when you are in a suffering state, you pinch yourself off from creating or accepting, receiving creativity, inspiration, and the reserve of intelligence that is naturally available to you at all times. You cannot be resourceful or effectively solve life's challenges when you are in a suffering state. Everything you want to achieve is in that beautiful state. There are simple and practical applications for this that will help you to identify which area you're in. Okay, so let's go through a suffering state first. You're going to be stressed, you're going to have anxiety, you're going to feel overwhelmed, you're going to feel disappointed, you're going to feel bored, angry, impatient, jealous, worried, sadness, rage, irritation, or restlessness. Okay, you can experience all of those at the same time, or you can experience a couple of them. If you are in that beautiful state, you are going to feel hopeful, you're going to feel grateful, you're going to feel joy and compassion, you're going to feel peace and calm. Even if life is full of uncertainty, right? I don't know what's going to happen in 10 minutes from now, you know? I don't know if somebody's going to call. I don't know if whatever, right? Like there's so much that changes minute by minute. But having that peace, that calm, that security, that curiosity, having courage, having confidence, excitement, optimism, celebration, and certainty allows us to be in a beautiful state. It allows us to feel good and be open to creativity, be open to possibilities, be open to inspiration and things. And this is what I call following the nudges. I had actually several experiences this last couple weeks. You guys know this pregnancy, I've not been feeling super great. It's been very different than my other pregnancies, and I've been somewhat miserable. So I was very much in a suffering state. And you guys, okay, give me like some hearts if you want to hear something really embarrassing. I'm going to embarrass myself publicly if you guys are open to it. Okay? Drop a like heart emoji or something, thumbs up, just to let me know that this is a safe place to share all of the dirt. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. We'll see if anybody cares. If not, then we'll just gloss right over this. Everyone has an emotional home from where they're from, a predominant state of emotional being from where they speed through a majority of their life. And what specific emotional state do you find yourself in most of the time? So I'm going to give you guys an example, and this is something that I talk about pretty openly. A couple years ago, my husband said probably one of the meanest things he ever said to me in my whole life, but I'm so grateful he did because it changed my life. And this wasn't uncommon. He came home one day from work, and I don't know, I was irritated about something. Something was wrong. Something was bad. Something was horrible, you know, and I remember we were in the bedroom. Kids are out in the living room just playing. We're kind of like sitting on the bed talking, and I was like, well, if you would do this, then I would feel this, and if you just did that, then da-da-da-da, you know, and my husband was just like, are you ever going to be happy? That was like, and I was just like, how dare you? And looking back about it now, I kind of laugh about this situation because he was right. I was depending my happiness on him and his decisions and his ability to make me happy. And at that point, it didn't matter what he was doing or how he was acting, or it was just never good enough. It was never good enough for me. And I'm so thankful that he was very patient with me, gave me a little bit of tough love, and that was the pivotal point for me in realizing, I'm going to get so emotional here, in realizing that the reason I was so upset and pointing fingers at him was because I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't feel like I was living up to my potential. I didn't feel like I was doing the things that I should have or could have. That's a better word. That I could have. Because I thought that you just have to do things a certain way. And I was living in this like really ugly suffering state because I wanted to be successful as a mom and a wife, but I also wanted to be successful in a business. And little by little, I followed those nudges, I followed those promptings, and that led me to where I'm at now. You guys, and I am so thankful that I did, because now I get to live a majority of my life being in a beautiful state, being in creativity, being in flow, being in love and acceptance and happiness and joy and feeling content with my life. And a big piece of me getting there had to also do with my health, right? I was suffering, I was inflamed, I was gaining weight, I was puffy, I was, all of the things. And then I was pointing the finger at the husband, and then I was feeling unfulfilled in my career, and a lot of it had to go back to the health, right? So I followed the nudges. I decided to start changing the way I was eating. I decided to start looking for alternative options, things that I didn't know, even as a practitioner, you guys, because let me tell you, even as a practitioner, thyroid is not the same. You go to your doctor, you go to a dietitian, they're going to tell you calories in, calories out equals weight loss. Nope. I was doing it. I was hiring a personal trainer. I was doing all the things. You know, I was eating the healthy things. I was counting macros. I was weighing and measuring and portioning out my food. It wasn't working. It wasn't working. All right. So, as promised, Bendra, is that your name? Maybe like hyphenate it out for me so I make sure I'm saying it right. So I'm getting some hearts and reaction, like thumbs up, telling me that this is super safe, and I'm going to expose myself here. So, fourth baby, when you have lots of babies, each baby you kind of start carrying a little bit lower. So this baby sits like right on my bladder, you guys. And so let's see, I'm almost 18 weeks now, and this was like maybe 2 weeks ago. So around 16 weeks, which is outside of that first trimester. I'm still throwing up. I'm still feeling miserable. I'm trying to cook dinner for my family. Normally I don't tell this and get emotional, because it's at this point it's funny to me, but and my sweet husband, you guys, like I'm in the bathroom, I'm throwing up, I'm peeing at the same time, because here I am squatting. I should have like bent down on my knees, but I'm squatting by the toilet, and I'm throwing up and I'm peeing, and my husband comes in to like kind of rub my back and make me feel, you know, like he's there emotionally to support me. And I'm like, I just looked up to him and I was like, I peed my pants. And I just remember thinking, there is nothing pretty about being pregnant. I'm throwing up, I'm peeing, like, I gotta go change my clothes and shower now. Like, this is terrible. And I was in such a suffering state. I was in such a suffering state. And I was annoyed and frustrated and blah. Like, I was just ready to be done. You guys, I went to my coach, my mindset coach. I've got a great mindset coach. Went to her and I said, man, like, I'm just really suffering. You know, like, I'm trying to be happy about this pregnancy, but I'm like peeing and throwing up and like, I'm just miserable. You know, my stomach hurts all the time. And she said, okay, you know, anyways, I won't make a long story longer, but just, she basically coached me and helped me get out of that suffering state. And you want to know what? Within 3 days, I stopped throwing up. I stopped like having all the nausea and the constipation, and everything started to work. And I was like, what? This is magic. And who knows? You could say it's all hypothetical and whatever, and that's totally fine. But I moved myself from that suffering state into that beautiful state. And now, yes, I still feel nauseous. Yes, I still don't feel 100%. Yes, my energy is still a little bit low during this pregnancy, but I feel 1,000,000 times better. And I'm not suffering. And I'm looking for all of the good and all of the positives and all of the amazing things in my life. And I call those my pinch me, this is real life. Because I can't always keep a gratitude journal, but I just remind myself, like, wow, this is amazing, right? This is amazing. I get to do whatever, right? If you guys follow me on Instagram, I bought myself something amazing yesterday. And I just, all day I was on this high because I was like, I am so thankful that I have this opportunity to do these things. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys later.